Hiya! Welcome! Minidisc Monday number 75 means it's week 3 here for Women's Month throughout August 2026. We stick with the big old country of Canada and their female artists for this review here today. It's the second time I've reviewed an album from this lady. This one is her 1997 studio album. It's Let's Talk About Love from Celine Dion.
But you are my only, and I must follow on the road that lies ahead. Now won't let my heart control my head. But you are my only. We don't say goodbye. We don't say goodbye. And I know what I've got to be. Immortality. I make my journey through eternity. I'll keep the memory of you and me inside.
So I reviewed Falling Into You, which came out in, was it 95, or it might have even been 96, at least here in the UK, quite some time ago, and that was one of the inclusions for a previous MD Monday mini-series, Bad Album Month. I mean, it was overall pretty bad. I decided to do the older one first, Falling Into You, and today in Women's Month is the turn of Let's Talk About Love, and at least here in the UK had, I think, 5 singles from it. Let's have a look at the packaging and the contents before we go any further. Case is holding up quite nicely, little in the way of scratches and scuffs. The booklet is a big old concertina. It's a very nice outfit Celine's wearing there, I have to say. And we've got tons of production notes in here, lists like everyone who played on every orchestra and all the rest of it. Some notes from Celine to her heroes who she was able to work with on this album, such as Barbra Streisand and Luciano Pavarotti. A lot of collaborations on this album. We'll go through some of them, no doubt, as we get going with the tracks. As for the disc itself, it's your usual get-up. We've got Celine Dion, Let's Talk About Love, the artwork on that side. Flip it over, track listing, an Epic record label logo, and your usual legal bump. Right, then this album weighs in at almost 75 minutes, so an hour and a quarter I've spent listening to this again. First time I've heard it in full for many years. Must have picked this up fairly cheap back in the day, as I would never spend an obscene amount of money on Celine Dion albums, because I'm not a fan. I know I've got 2 of them, both on Minidisc, but they must have both been surprisingly inexpensive at the time. I really can't remember. So let's go through the tracks. There's 16 of them. Number 1 is The Reason. That was a single, I think technically the second single from the album. It's Celine by numbers, really, from the get-go, this track, The Reason. It's not the worst one on the album. Compared to some of them, it's probably even in the top half of what's actually quite good on here. Number 2, Immortality. That was a collaboration with the Bee Gees. I always quite liked that. I never loved it, but I do remember buying the CD single, and the only reason I got the CD single was not for Immortality, but it had a couple of remixes of My Heart Will Go On one of the CD singles. I think it came out as a 2-disc multi-formatted set. But Immortality itself, I think its main problem is it sounds too dated already by 97. It sounds like it should be from at least 10 years earlier. And maybe that's kind of the fault because it's got the Bee Gees prominently providing backing vocals. I don't mind it, it's actually one of my more preferred tracks on this album. Number 3 is Treat Her Like a Lady. That was at least co-written by Diana King, her of Shy Guy fame earlier on in the decade. Celine Dion hasn't got the credibility really to pull off this sort of proper full-on R&B black sound, really, for want of a better term. But ironically, there again, that was another CD single I picked up back in the day. I think I saw it for 50p in a bargain bin somewhere. And I'd heard one of the mixes on it, the Tony Moran mix of Treat Her Like a Lady, somewhere else prior. And that is a fantastic remix. I wish it had been on this album, really. I think it's Tony Moran. Please look it up. Treat Her Like a Lady, Tony Moran mix. So much better than the album version, in my opinion, anyway. I suppose a good try from Celine Dion, but that's probably a kind of patronising way of saying that wasn't very good, really. Number 4, Why Oh Why. We're really getting into the sort of adult contemporary ballad territory now. As with number 5, Love Is On The Way. Kind of interchangeable, those, really, for me. Just dreary, overproduced. Number 6 is Tell Him. That's a duet with Barbra Streisand, and it would have been the first single, at least here in the UK, and possibly other countries, that came from Let's Talk About Love. No, don't like it. Never been keen on Barbra Streisand, for one. Her voice is weaker than Celine's. It kind of works as a duet between them, but it's just not a good song. Number 7 is Amar Haciendo El Amor, and that, unsurprisingly, that's a Spanish language song. This, by the way, is Celine Dion's, I think, by this point already her 15th studio album, but only her 5th in the mostly English language. But we do have one track here in the Spanish language. It's kind of a bit of a cliched Latin sounding thing. Not the worst thing on the album. Here's something that I didn't enjoy at all. Number 8, When I Need You. That was the Albert Hammond and Carol Bayer Sager written song that came to prominence in the 1970s when Leo Sayer took it to number 1 here in the UK. Leo bloody Sayer. I know there's people out there who actually quite like him, but no, just doesn't do anything for me whatsoever. Does Celine Dion improve on his version? Probably not. It's just not a good song. I know it had some heavyweight songwriters behind it, and I'm sure other people have covered it, but that was bad. Didn't like that at all. Number 9, Miles to Go Before I Sleep. Number 10, Us. Just not enjoying this album overall at all. However, we do get a bit of respite now. Number 11, Just a Little Bit of Love. Yeah, it's a disco pop song, rather more upbeat than all the slushy ballads that are on here. It's not outstanding by any stretch, but it's quite enjoyable. A highlight on the album, if this album has too many true highlights. But track number 12 is one that I'll always have a lot of fondness for. It is, of course, the love theme from Titanic, My Heart Will Go On. Now, I've talked about this before because a few months ago I did a review of the Titanic soundtrack on Minidisc, so I'm not going to spend too much longer talking about My Heart Will Go On again. It's got Uilleann pipes in it, and I love Uilleann pipes. They're basically bagpipes, but better. Number 13 is Where Is the Love? 14, Be the Man. I always thought that was a single over here, but I think that might have been Japan only, or Japan and maybe certain other territories. Not great. Number 15, penultimate track on the album, is the duet with Luciano Pavarotti, I Hate You, Then I Love You. So unsurprisingly, it's kind of a classical crossover, although there is a running thread of Spanish guitar throughout it. It's not very good, that. I respect Pavarotti for what he was in his world, in opera and classical music. Nessun Dorma is iconic, certainly for those of us who still vividly remember Italia 90. But that was bad, that. It felt like a payday for Luciano Pavarotti, and he was just phoning it in, really. And it ends with the title track, Let's Talk About Love, which I believe was at least co-written by Celine's fellow Canadian, Bryan Adams. One of the better tracks on the album. It goes on a bit. I mean, the running length is 5 minutes 12. I felt it probably should have been a single, really. It's got a very kind of anthemic sound to it, kind of a love and peace ode, really. Some sort of slightly hard rocky guitars. in places as well, which you would probably expect from something Bryan Adams had a hand in. I think if it had been released as a single, it would have been probably the second strongest off the album after My Heart Will Go On. I like the school choir that come in to sing the main refrain near the end as well. So it's not a bad end to the album really, but overall, as you can probably imagine, I don't recommend this album. It's overlong. There's too many slushy AOR ballads on here, which of course was Celine Dion's specialty, particularly during her 1990s period. There's some brief high points on here, and of course My Heart Will Go On, the inclusion of that meant this would be a big seller all around the world. Let's Talk About Love is not one that I can recommend. I wanted to review it, I had to review it because I intend to review all my original release mini discs, and I allowed Celine Dion to be included for Women's Month here this August, but it's not great. There's probably a little bit of better stuff on here than Falling Into You, I don't know. I didn't enjoy either of them. I can't really pick which one is better because they're both pretty bad albums overall really, but there is some stuff to enjoy on here, but it's very few and far between. So that was Celine Dion, Let's Talk About Love, and we've got 2 more editions of Women's Month here on MD Monday to go throughout this month of August. Thank you all for watching today. I want to say special thanks to my wonderful subscribers and generous patrons. I'm going to go now, and please join me again in just 1 week's time for the penultimate edition of Women's Month here on MD Monday. Who is going to get reviewed next? Come back to me in 7 days' time and find out. Cheers, everyone. See ya.